Morning, everybody. It's every bow hunter's Christmas Day today, opening day 2021. Just getting ready to head out here in a couple minutes. Wanted to just give just a brief introduction for the season. Just tell everybody my objective this year. I'm gonna tone it down a little bit from last year. My objective this year is just to shoot 2.5, 3.5-year-old buck and film the whole thing on camera. I'd like to shoot a mature deer, but I'm not gonna go crazy with the antlers, mainly because I've shot bucks on camera before, but I've never really completely filmed a hunt. I shot one with a GoPro once, but I learned my lesson last year that it's tough filming your own hunt and trying to kill a big buck is a tough thing to do. And I just, based on having my trail cameras out all year here, I'm not seeing any monsters down here in the southern tier. Got a few back in Medina where I hunt back there, but there's one deer in particular. I've been seeing him for 3 years now. I passed him when he was an 8-point back in 2019. I knew I thought, at least back then, that he was really going to blow up into something beautiful. I had him at 22 yards back in 2019. Tractor Huey, my daughter named him for me last year. He's a 10-point. He's got a lot of mass on both sides. I mean, he's my number one target deer down here, but I've also got a few other ones that I'll show you, in this video right after this segment, that are pretty regular on my cameras, and I'd like to shoot any of these deer. There's a split brow buck that's pretty, like, I only have him on camera once so far this year in July, but I saw that buck quite a bit last season. During the season, he really didn't show up until right before the season started last year, so I'm assuming he's probably going to become more regular as the season rolls along. He's probably out in a farmer's cornfield right now, hunkered down next to food, probably like he was last year. But once that corn gets cut, which it's not yet, they're really going to start showing up on camera. So that's it. I just wanted to let you guys know my objective this year. It's not necessarily to shoot some 140, 150 inch buck. It's really to just get a mature deer kill on camera, and make a nice video for you guys. So that's where it stands. I'm headed out today. This morning I'm going to hunt the creek bank stand. I moved it this year just so that it's better for the prevailing wind, which this morning it's southwest. It's we got a very light southwest wind, nice and cold down here right now. It's 39 degrees. Perfect temperature for opening day. Hopefully these deer move. And in the afternoon I'm gonna hunt up on the food plot. Didn't really grow that well, but up on the food plot I got a hang-on set that I'm gonna hunt out of, because our wind's supposed to switch to the northwest, and it's gonna be perfect for that set. So stay tuned. Hopefully we put one down. As everyone knows, early in the season I'm usually on a doe mission, and that's the objective right now. Big doe walks in front of me, she's going down. All right, see what happens. Set up by 627. Pitch dark. Opening day. Here we go. Well, it has begun. Nothing this morning. Bunch of squirrels, bunch of gray squirrels, and that's about it. But we are underway. I wasn't really expecting all that awful much this morning because I checked this camera that's right below the stand yesterday, and I didn't see a whole heck of a lot on it in the mornings. Most of the movements in the evenings, but the stand I really wanted to hunt is uphill from here, and wrong wind this morning to hunt it. We had a southwest wind, and really to hunt that stand you need more of a northwest wind. But the good thing is it's just switched. That's why I'm gonna call it quits for the morning. That wind just switched to the northwest. Now my scent's blowing right back down towards my mock scrape, and that's just no good for here. But wind was perfect earlier this morning, but nothing came through. So hopefully tonight we'll smack a big doe up there by the food plot. I know they've been up there pretty regular, and I got a new set up there that I'm pretty excited about. So we'll see what happens tonight. Well, I gotta admit, this is probably the longest it's ever taken me to set up for a hunt. I brought in an extra climbing stick just because I didn't like how I had to transfer from the ladder to the stand on this set. I just about tore my pack coming in here today, getting in, because my backpack weighs a lot more than what you would think. And when I transferred, I definitely popped something. I had to pull this ladder stick up on my pole rope, and as I brought the ladder stick in, I knocked my quiver off, so all my arrows fell to the ground. So I had to set the ladder up, go down, get the arrows, get the camera all set up, and now here I am, hurting, sweating. Probably ain't gonna see shit now. Well, it is what it is. I guess it's all part of hunting. It's early season. Rather this stuff happen now than in the rut or something. But I am pouring sweat. I'm hot. I'm flustered. I just hope the deer cooperate. We'll see what happens.
Oh. Well, guys, it happens to all of us. Happened to me today. That buck was so nervous coming in, and I even said on the opener today that I wasn't gonna be as picky with the size of the deer that I shoot this year, because I really want to get one on camera. And he was just borderline what I would normally shoot, and I decided, yeah, this is it. I'm gonna do it. I know he's a 2.5-year-old buck, just beautiful 8-point. And I had the whole thing on film. You can see he's so nervous, he had me. I really think he had me picked off up in that tree, because typically the deer just don't come right down that wide open lane like that. Usually they come from my left and go to my right, and either walk right underneath me or stay on a logging trail up to the left. But this guy comes right down the wide open lane, which I've hunted there for a few years now. I've never seen a deer do that. And it felt like he had me pegged the whole time, so I couldn't move. I mean, it took me a while to even get the camera on. He was coming down that lane for a while before I even got the footage going. And he's just looking right at me the whole time. When he popped in the woods that one time and he got behind that big tree, that's when I reached for my bow, and I at least got my bow in my hand. But by the time, I was able to, I wanted to stand up too. He'd popped back out, so I couldn't stand up. So I was still sitting, and I had my bow in my hand. After he comes out from behind that tree, and he walked into about 17 yards, and he happened to finally, after a while, turn back and look behind him. And that's when I tried to just rush and stand up and draw all in the same motion. And that was the mistake that I made. I had probably more time than I thought. And what ended up happening was, as I was drawing, my bow pulled forward. I just didn't draw the bow the way that I normally would and should. It pulled forward on me, and I didn't even get the bow back at full draw. And he heard it, and I finally I did redraw my bow, and I probably again had much more time than what I thought. And I mean, I just rushed it. I did put the pin right on his body, but I'm 20 feet up in a tree and he's at 17 yards. I got to aim low there. I know I do. And I didn't, I know I probably didn't even hit my knock point. I just rushed that shot completely and just whiffed. I did find a little bit of hair right there at the point where he was standing, but I watched this deer for quite a while after the shot, and he just didn't know what happened. And that's, I guess, a good thing, because I might see him again. He had no idea in the world what happened. He stood probably about 45 yards away in the woods for about 10 minutes, and then he slowly just worked his way behind me. He never ran off. He didn't spook too bad. I really just don't think that deer knew exactly what happened. So, swing and a miss, opening day on a decent buck. I guess the way I just gotta look at this is, silver lining can be maybe I'll just get a bigger one. But definitely whiffed on that puppy today. Moose Piss Outdoors. Hopefully it gets better from here.